Hi, I'm Ernie Holtrey with Mytra Consulting. I spent 3 years as the Deputy Director of the Indiana Broadband Office. I was there when Bead began. Now that most states have had their final proposal approved by NTIA, and many have executed the notice of award with NIST, we're finally at a time where we can put our shovels in the ground. While it is easy to focus on construction work, ISPs and engineering firms, contractors across the country must navigate federal grant monitoring and reporting in compliance. What I'm seeing right now is many of the ISPs who have won Bead subgrants are prepared and eager and ready to begin construction. However, they've not spent a lot of time thus far thinking about the back end monitoring, reporting, and compliance that they'll have to do for the next 4 to 10 years for these projects. In my work with different state broadband offices across the country, I've seen a pattern emerge. At times, ISPs underestimate the compliance burden and the operational lift that goes with that. Over the next few minutes, we're going to walk you through critical post-award requirements, deadlines, and obligations. A lot of this content is taken from the NTIA's frequently asked questions that was released just before the Christmas and New Year holidays. It's FAQ version 17 if you want to look that up on Broadband USA, their technical assistance page. Several critical deadlines to talk about. The clock is ticking right now. First is your 30-day certification, and this is a new requirement. All ISPs must certify that they will be protecting the Bead projects that they are constructing from defaults. This has to be an authorized organizational representative signing this and sending it to NTIA, and that needs to be in the first 30 days. No certification, no funds awarded. So a new certification to think about and consider there. As many of you know, the project should be completed within 4 years, the deployment of broadband to the project area, completed for 4 years, and that starts from the time each ISP executes their grant agreement with the State Broadband Office. When I was working in Indiana, I saw many ISPs focus entirely on construction timelines and completely miss the administrative deadlines. We're a little bit further along with Bead than we were in state programs years ago when broadband offices were much newer, or just and with that is some additional knowledge and some additional skills that most ISPs will have for reporting and compliance, but this is something to not be overlooked. Some of the new things that I'm seeing in the FAQs for the grant agreements that you'll be executing is the compliance roadmap for the next 10 years. The federal interest period for these projects is 10 years, so there will be some form of reporting all the way through the 10 years. New stuff already mentioned, the protecting Bead from default certification, letter of credit for 25% of your award, or a performance bond for 100% of the award. Those need to be in place before the grant agreements are executed. ISPs needs to understand many different things. Federal requirements are non-negotiable. Your state just can't simply waive those for you. You'll need the letter of credit and the bond, the 10-year commitment. And then working with states, I've really experienced that some of the state broadband offices across the country, the ones that have the smoothest rollouts are the ones where the ISPs and states are aligned with all the requirements early. So don't wait until your state hands you a grant agreement to figure all of this out. Start working on this now. We all have some experience with NEPA and environmental, and then also performance testing on the back end after completing the installations. NTIA has a great tool for NEPA reporting. They call it the ESAPTT tool. Would definitely encourage you to look that up and know and understand it early. As a subgrantee, you're going to be responsible for those NEPA milestones on a schedule, securing all state, federal, and local permits in a timely manner. Missing a NEPA milestone can result in payment holds and special award conditions. Once again, I'm Ernie Holtrey with Mytra Consulting. Thanks for watching, and let's keep in touch.